what we're going to look at in this series of videos is really the concept of spelling patterns. It's so important to learn that different languages, or languages that have English words derived from them, have specific spelling patterns. So let's take a look first at the Greek spelling pattern. It's Greek to me. This might be a review for some of you, but it's always good to review. So in words derived from Greek, here's the rule: E sometimes makes the long sound at the end of words. For example, anastrophe, catastrophe, hyperbole. So you see that this E has that long sound. In words derived from Greek, CH makes the K sound. Anachronism, dichotomy, synchronous. So you see my CH here, okay, and it has the K, anachronism, dichotomy, synchronous. K, K. Now, let's take a look at this series of words. We'll do a little bit different this time. We have eponym, synergy, and synonym. All right, do you see any? Yeah, do you see the same? Do you see anything common here? Anything similar? All right, let's see if you see it. In words derived from Greek, Y usually makes the short I sound. That's eh. If you know your phonics, right? Eh. So you have eponym, im, synergy, in, synonym, in. That Y has that I sound. All right, let's take a look at these words. Hydrology, hygiene, and hyperbole once again. What's the rule here? In words derived from Greek, the letter Y sometimes makes the long I sound. So here again we have the high, with this Y making the long I. Apostrophe, metamorphosis, metaphor. What do these words have in common? Here we go. The consonant blend PH makes the f, as in phone, as in what? As in fee here, phosis, for, okay? Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this. Cacophony is another word, right, with that PH sound. That PH is that sound. All right. But these words also have something else in common. Cacophony, orthodox, androcentric. In words derived from Greek, the vowel O is usually used to combine two Greek word elements. So I have CAC and I have phony, the O combines them. I have ORTH and I have DOX, and the O combines them. I have ANDR, and I have O and CENT centric, so ANDR and centric are combined with the vowel O. Now, these words, what do they have in common? Misogynist, Odyssey, etymology. In words derived from Greek, the schwa can be spelled with a Y. And remember, the schwa is that lazy vowel. It is the vowel in an unstressed syllable, and it loses its power. It doesn't sound like the way the real vowel sounds. It becomes a like in America. The A becomes a in America, and the end of the word, that A also is an So that's like a UH sound, okay? That's the schwa. So it's not misogynist, it's misogynist. It's not Odyssey, it's Odyssey. Okay? It's not etymology, it's mology. And again, it is in that unstressed syllable. So when you listen to words at a spelling bee, or anytime you read a word or you hear a word, listen for that schwa sound, which will appear in an unstressed syllable. Again, it sounds like the in America. America. That's the schwa sound. And it is the most common vowel sound. It's not a vowel in and of itself, but it is the most common vowel sound. Isn't that amazing? The schwa. All right, so our Greek-based spelling patterns. Drum roll, here they are. PH for F as in photograph. CH for K as in choreography. Y as long I in hydrogen. Here's one we didn't cover in our slides earlier, but I'll summarize it here. PS as in psychology. So that S, this P is silent and becomes a S, okay? RH is in rhinoceros. Again, you have that R sound and the H is silent here. So you have that rhinoceros. PN, when you hear like pneumonia, hey, start thinking, and if you know it's from the Greek, then you can begin to assume that there might be a PN there standing as an N sound. Pterodactyl. Here you have the PT, okay, and that becomes a T sound. The PN is that P is silent, you have the N, okay? Now you have mnemonic. Again, the M is silent, and you have that N, mnemonic. And once again, if a word begins with X, such as xylophone, we can assume it's derived from Greek. All right, awesome. Okay, let's move on. Our next pattern is going to be words derived from, you guessed it, Latin's lovely library. And you know, nearly 75% of all English words begin with Latin or Greek origins. Isn't that amazing? All right, interrupt, aggregate, corrupt. What's the pattern here? What's the spelling pattern? In some words derived from Latin, the consonant is doubled. And it's interesting because sometimes you're not sure how to spell a word, whether that consonant is doubled. But if you know your Latin, if you know some Latin word parts, you'll know that the word interrupt comes from inter, between, and rupt, which means to break. I've broken between you. I've interrupted you. I've interrupted the two of you, or I've interrupted your concentration. It's a break between. And because of that, you need to spell each of these word parts as if they were separate. Inter and then rupt. Inter means between, rupt means to break. Aggregate. Again, you have the AG, which means towards or to. Then you have the GREG. And you see, once you know that these two parts are separate, hey, you spell them that way, okay? And corrupt. Again, you have the COR here, and then you have rupt. All right, so yeah, in some words derived from Latin, the consonant is doubled. That's why you can always ask, hey, where's this word from? Where's this word from? And once you know that, it'll help you to spell that word properly. Okay, what about this? Bugle, subterfuge, refugee. What's the pattern here? Let's take a look. This U sound is created by the letter U, bugle, that like YU, bugle, subterfuge, like almost like a YU, again, FYU, fuge, but it's not FYU, it's FUGE. When you hear that fuge sound, okay, you know it's a U if the word is from Latin. Refugee, it's not REFYUGEE, but that U sound, that YU sound. Again, because the word is from Latin, it's going to be represented by the vowel U. Discern, discipline, visceral. What do these words have in common? In words derived from Latin, the blend SC makes the S, the S sound, right? The sound that the symbol stands for. So I have not discern, but discern. That SC gives me that S. So it's not discern, it's discern. Discipline. Again, that SC is a S sound. Visceral. S. The SC is there again. Makes the S sound. All right, what about this? Exacerbate. Sincelli. Condolences. In words derived from Latin, C makes the S sound when placed before E. Okay? So I have my, not exacerbate, but exacerbate. And if I hear that, and I know it's from Latin, I know that's not an S, that's a C. Okay? Cincellae. Again, that's a S sound. If I know where the word is from, I'm getting a sense of how to really spell it. Condolences. Okay? Again, that S sound. Wonderful. Carnivore, herbivore, graminivorous. The word graminivorous. Okay, so now, in words derived from Latin, the vowel I often combines two Latin word elements. Remember in Greek patterns, the O did that, but in Latin, the I will do that. So we have carnivore, we have carn, meat, vor, right, eating, carnivore, herb, vor, combined with the I, herbivore, graminivorous, okay, again, the I in the middle. Wonderful. Canine, mediocre, incorruptible. What do these words have in common? In words derived from Latin, C is almost always used to make the k sound. That's really important, okay? So you don't have Latin words really beginning with K, but if you hear that k sound at the beginning, or even here towards the end, you have canine, mediocre, incorruptible, that k sound. It's that C. So again, when you hear the sound k in Latin, well, you can remember we had that CH in Greek. Well, it's the C in Latin. That's why it's important to know the word's origin or its etymology. Okay? So if it's for CH, you would say that's probably Greek, like chorus. But here, there's no CH. If it's Latin, it's going to be that the C is going to represent that k sound. Canine, mediocre, incorruptible. Exactly. Exuberant, exacerbate. What's the spelling pattern here? In words derived from Latin, X often makes the sound z, z, exactly, almost like egg, exactly, exuberant, that exacerbate. So it's not exactly or exactly, it's get that X sound, exuberant, exacerbate. And a good pronouncer, when you hear that gz, you say, hey, that's EX, that's an X in Latin, that gz, exacerbate, exactly, okay? Exactly, all right, great, next one. Facetious, ostentatious, precocious, precious. Hey, what's the spelling pattern here? In words derived from Latin, C or T before the suffix ious sounds like shus. Now, this ious suffix literally means full of or something that characterizes this, okay? But here it goes. So that's C before the T. Okay, so C or T, I'm sorry, C or T before the suffix ious sounds like shus. So you have T-I-O-U-S, facetious, shus, ostentatious, T-I-O-U-S, shus, C-I-O-U-S, precocious, shus, and finally, precious. So you have that shus sound, that C-I-O-U-S is a shus sound, the T-I-O-U-S is a shus sound. Listen for the sound. If you know the origin of the word, then you know that shus sound is going to be either T-I-O-U-S or a C-I-O-U-S. Herbaceous, cetaceous, lilaceous. What's the pattern here? In words derived from Latin, C before the suffix eous sounds like shus. So when I have that C here, okay, before eous, I have the same shus, 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 herbaceous, cetaceous, lilaceous, and it's that C before the eous that gives that shus sound. All right, that's the end of this particular recording and video.